Hello students, welcome to English class. Today we are going to learn new poem, poem number 2, White Horses. This poem has written by Himesh Henry. You might have been thinking the name of the poem is White Horses. It means this poem is regarding to horses. Okay, but it's not like that. Let's learn the poem. Now explanation. See here. You can see in this picture. Can you see here horses? No, it's not a horses. What are these? These are the waves. Okay, sea waves. Strong waves are here. Okay, see, I saw them plunging. Plunging means what? Like jumping and falling through the foam. And what do you mean by foam? Foam means a small mass of bubbles, like small bubbles. You might have been seen when you go on the seashore, otherwise any beach. That time whatever waves are come, it comes with the white bubbles, and it's called foam. I saw them branching up the shore. Here branching means what? It move with highly and springly steps. Okay, means they are excited and they are taking big jumps. They are coming in like a spring. And then 1,000 more. Okay, so this paragraph has explained the waves are coming. Okay, and how they are coming? They are jumping, they are falling, and thousands of horses. Horses here, it consider horses means the foam. Okay, and row, each and every row, each and every wave have thousands of horses. Thousand of horses means thousand of bubbles, and then thousand more, and another thousands are there. Okay, they are following the first one. Next paragraph. In joy they leaped upon the land. In joy they fled before the wind. Prancing and plunging on the rest, the huntsman raced behind. This second paragraph has explained the mood of waves. Okay, we learned that white horses means not a real white horses. Okay, what it's considered? Foam. Okay, foam is called, he has compared or imagine like a, these all foams are, he looks like a horse. Okay, so the horse's mood, the foam's mood is very good. They are very joyful and in happy mood. So they have begun a race. What is the race? Prancing and plunging. Prancing means what? To come move with a spirit, and plunging means what? Jumping and falling. They have raced with whom? With the wind, like huntsman raced behind. Here huntsman refers to a wind. Okay, that one wind comes behind of them, and that all the waves are going in row and row. Third paragraph. When this old huntsman goes to sleep, the horses live beneath the waves. They live in peace and rest in peace, deep in their sea green caves. In this paragraph, huntsman, it refers to the strong wind or strong storm. Okay, when there is no sound of any wind, when a sea is quiet and clear, that time all the foams are take rest in the deep green caves. Okay, they feel their peace and they take rest over there. But when they hear the huntsman shout, urging his hounds across the sea, out from their caves, fretted fear, the great white horses flee. In previous stanza we have learnt, when wind is not there, sea is quiet and clear, that time all the foams take a rest in the caves. Okay, but when the huntsman shout, means when the wind comes and it begins to make a sound, like a wind sound, that time it urging his hounds across the sea. Okay, urging means what? Urgently, instantly they comes out from their caves in freaked fear. Okay, freaked fear means what? Like in excited or wildly way, they had fear and they come out from their caves, green caves. The great white horses flee, and they again they begins to start to the flow towards the seashore. Okay, you might have been seen how the waves come. Okay, on the sea, when a sea is quiet and clear, that time no waves, you can't see any waves. But when so much wind is there, that time automatically that all the waves come and they shatter on the seashore. And while coming, they are not coming only with the water. On the surface of water, what comes? The white color bubbles, and that only called foam. Next paragraph, stanza. Today they plunged right thought the foam. Today they pranced right up the shore. 1,000 horses row on row, and then 1,000 more. Hamish Henry. In this last paragraph, he has explained his experience. Today also that he had said that today also that all the waves are very excited and they are coming with a joy and grateful. They are coming with joy and they are shattering on the seashore. All the foams spread on the seashore. This poem is imaginative poem and it has been compared the white horses, it means the waves, okay, strong and stormy waves, and huntsman means the wind. Let's learn grammar. Today we are going to learn adjective. Adjective of numbers are cardinal, ordinal, indefinite numeral and distributive numeral adjective. Okay, here D is silent, pronunciation is adjective. Adjective. Now let's solve the questions. See here, cardinal. What do you mean by cardinal? Cardinal means like first, second, third, like that. And ordinal, it denotes like 1, 2, 3. Okay. Indefinite numeral means what? We can't say in fix. Okay, fixed digit. Distributive means what? We can distribute in 2, 3, 4, like that. Now let's solve the question. Fill in the blanks. The right adjective from those given. Okay, adjectives have been given in the bracket, so you have to select it the correct one and write it here. It was the dash house from the right. Okay, 11 or 11th. Answer is what? 11th. So 11th is what? Yes, it's a cardinal. Second question. All the children came, but only some of them wore raincoats. Okay, two options have been given, two and all. If we written here two, so answer would be incorrect. Two the children came, no, it's not correct. What have to write? All the children came, but only some of them wore raincoats. Two options have been given, many or either. One of you may accompany the king. What answer would come? Either one of you may accompany the king. Next example, there were many guests at Somaya's party. Next, who is the second winner of the singing contest? Sixth, several people attend the rally. Each boy must go through the medical examination before the match. Who had seen the 7 colors of the rainbow? In a cup, she mixed some sugar and 10 spoons of curd. How are the 12 members of the team practicing? Question mark. There were few customers at the shop. Do know whether either of the boys are. Now let's solve question B. Correct the order of the adjectives in the following sentences and rewrite them. Okay, we learned adjective means what? Adjective means when we speak something important about the noun, so it's called adjective. For example, Seema is a beautiful girl. The beautiful is the adjective. It means that word beautiful describe about the Seema. We have learnt it already about the adjective. So let's write the adjectives in correct order. He was an old, fat, angry, untidy man. In this sentence, okay, adjectives have been given. This word like fat, old, angry, untidy, this has been description of the man. So here what will come first? Untidy. The man was untidy. Angry, fat and old. Okay, now let's go to the second question. The pool was small, dirty, blue and square. So what adjective would come first? That pool was dirty, small, square and blue. Look at the thin, tall, pleasant young girl. Pleasant, tall, thin, young. Like this adjectives will come. The bird were French, yellow, noisy and tiny finches. So the adjectives would come, answer will come like this, noisy. Okay, the birds were noisy, tiny, yellow and French. The coat was woolen, large, rough, grey and filthy. Okay, so what adjectives will come? Rough, filthy, large, grey and woolen. So what we have did in this question, we have written the adjectives. You might have been thinking, why untidy in the beginning? Why not old? Okay, so let me clear. See this. Usually when we see the old person, how are they looking? Their appearance is good. Okay, okay, and mostly they are kindful. But in this sentence, what it is written? Untidy. It's a adjective, untidy. And that person was angry also, and he was fat, and then old. Like this sequence will come to the all questions. Okay. So let's learn question C. Use little, a little, the little to complete the sentences. Here some sentences have been given and we have to fill the sentences with little, a little, the little. Before it, let's learn the difference in between. Little, it denotes the negative idea. A little, it denotes positive idea. The little, it denotes the idea of not much, means less. Let's discuss the example of little, a little and the little, so you will get the difference. For example, your classmate has come towards to you and if he or she asked for water bottle, okay, if he said my water bottle I have forgot at my home, so please share your water bottle with me. If that classmate is your friend, what you will say? Yes, this is the water bottle, take it, take a little, means take it. But if you are not willing to give him or her, so what you will say? No, I have a little water. I have little water. I can't give. Sorry. Or you may say, I have very little. Okay, there is the little water. Can't share. So let's solve the example. I will be back in a little while. Drink from my bottle. There is a little water left in it. The little food he had was finished long back. He has little money, so he walked rather than taking a bus. He looked into the jar and saw a little rice at the bottom. Don't lose the little self-respect you have by shouting at your friends. Can you give me a little sugar in my tea, please? There is only little sugar in the pot. It wouldn't fill even 1 spoon. Okay, see this example of whatever I have done it here, minus sign. These are of negative and plus it's a positive. That person or that lady is not willingly to give him or her. So what he is saying, there is only little sugar in the pot. It wouldn't fill even a 1 teaspoon. Next example, he was a little angry when the glass broke, but later he was cheerful. 10th example, give him the little that is left over from our meal. He is hungry. Okay, what it's told here in this example, that food is not much. Okay, little, the little. Give him the little that is left over from our meal. He is hungry. Now let's see next question, writing. Okay, this is the writing section. You have 2 tickets for a play and you want to watch it with your friend. When you go to your friend's home, he or she is not there. You leave a message for him or her, giving all the details about the play. Write the message here. How to write the message? We are going to learn it here. See, while writing the message, first you have to write your friend name. Okay, then you have to, in first paragraph, you have to tell him or her about the play, and in second paragraph you will say at what time you will meet to him or her. Okay, and in the last paragraph, in the last, see, you have to write your name, your surname, and your signature would be here. Let's start. Dear Seema, you have to write your friend name. I have been able to get 2 tickets of the latest play being performed by the famous group Stagecraft. The one both of us wanted to watch together. Okay, I want to watch this play with you. Okay, I have explained here my desire to the Seema. It is on 5th July at 6 p.m. The theatre is Shiv Parvati Cinema Hall. I will meet you there on 5th evening. Be there at 5:30 p.m. and my name and here signature. You have to write your name and your sign, signature. Today we are going to learn about homographs. We have learned in previous class about homophones. Homophones means what? Same pronunciation but different meaning and different spelling. And here we are going to learn homographs. Homographs means what? Same spelling but different meaning and in different pronunciation. For example, arms. There are 2 meanings of arms. First meaning is what? It's a body part. And second meaning is what? Weapon. Second, band. What do you mean by band? Band, second meaning is bird and first meaning is Now worksheet B, vocab. Today we are going to learn homographs. Okay, homographs means what? In previous class we have learned homophones. Homophones means the same pronunciation but different meaning and in different spelling. And what about the homographs? Homographs means spelling will be same but the different in meaning and different in pronunciation. For example here, arms. What do you mean by arms? Arms, it has two meanings. Okay, which two meanings? First is what? Weapons. And second is what? Body part. Like this you have to go through. Already answers have been given here. Okay, learn it. What do you mean by band, bow, can, fly? There are two meanings have been given here. Answer also given. Just go through it. Next question. Prefix. Prefix are used to form opposite of words. Okay, prefix means what? When the main root word is there and we add in the beginning of the word, it's called prefix. For example, un, dis, in, these all are prefixes. Question. Rewrite the following sentences and using the prefixes un, dis and in to form opposite of the underlined words. Okay, for example here, people were satisfied with the king. So which word is underlined? Satisfied. So this is the root word. Before the satisfied you have to add these prefixes. So add it. See, people were dissatisfied with the king. Satisfied, dissatisfied. Like this you have to add it. Prefixes. For example, happy, unhappy, accurate, inaccurate, advantages, disadvantages. I have written over here answers. Okay, you have to write answer like this. One has been done for you. Like this have to go through. Visible, invisible, available, unavailable, necessary, unnecessary, continue, discontinue, effective, ineffective, efficient, inefficient. Like this have to write full sentence. Okay, rewrite the sentence and complete this question B. Now let's learn grammar. Pronouns. Pronouns means what? Instead of noun we use the word. It's called pronoun. For example, Seema is a good girl. She is learning in standard 6th. Okay, instead of Seema the word repeated, I have not repeated the name. Okay, what I have used? She. Okay, why? Because she is a girl. If there is boy, what I will use? He. So let's solve. Fill in the blanks with the correct pronouns. Dash could not reach in time. What will come? US or they? Yes, correct pronoun is they. They could not reach in time. The books are on the floor. Pick these up and put them on the table. Third one. I have cooked lunch all by myself. Me or myself? Yes, myself. That is my school. Did you move the rock yourself? Question mark. We are arranging a party. They themselves built a house for us. Cut this by mistake it has done. Next one. Those are my sisters. Have you finished reading the book? Question mark. Its sentence starts with have and ends with question mark. Next question number 10. The dog followed us home. Question B. Underline the interrogative and relative pronouns in the sentences and write I for interrogative and R for relative pronouns. We have learned about the sentences. Interrogative sentences means those sentences starts with WH family. It's called interrogative. Okay, and relative pronouns means what? Those words shows the relation in between. It's called relative pronouns. For example, whose house is down the road? This sentence starts with WH family, ends with question mark. So obviously this sentence would be interrogative. The man who is walking here is my father. This word who, it shows the relation between the man and about his information. So it's a relative pronoun. Which will you take? Question mark. Interrogative. Whom did you take with you to the fair? Interrogative. The girl whose shoes were lost walked home barefoot. R. Okay. What is it? Relative pronoun. whose. Okay, it word given is whose. Whose means this word shows the relation between the girl and how he walked to the home. Who is your sister? Interrogative. The dog which you liked has been taken by a woman. Relative. Whose chair made a squeaking sound? Interrogative. WH family question ends with question mark. The student who came first won a bicycle. Relative. Which school do you go to? Interrogative. What is your name? Question mark. WH family. Interrogative. Horse that run races are well fed. Okay, here that word shows the relation between the horse and race. So it's a relative pronoun. Now let's solve question C. Fill in the blanks with pronouns from the box. Which, that, who, whose, what, whom. Students have to try to solve it yourself. Okay, and afterwards you can see this answer key. It's easy actually. Whom did you call when you fell down? Which pronoun will come? Whom. The cat dash kitten you saw is mine. Whose. What language do you speak at home? The boy whose kite I flew. It's our house help son. What is the name of this shop? Can you tell me who dropped ink on my book? Monkeys that roam in the garden are very naughty. It was my dog that scared off the thief. Which raincoat are you wearing? What is the name of the capital city of Myanmar? And question mark. Next question, writing. This is the writing section. You have just come back from a safari at the Ranthambore National Park. You are excited because of you have seen a Royal Bengal tiger there. You also saw a lot of monkeys, deer and wild birds. The park was also full of trees and lakes. Write an email to a friend called Ranju about your safari. Okay, so here in this here we are going to learn about how to write email to your friend. Okay, first to means what? You can write this email to your friend, otherwise your whatever your relative is there, write the name over here. CC. What do you mean by CC? Means same email if you want to send to the another person, so that time you can write here next one person's name. And subject. What subject you are going to write? For example, trip to Ranthambore National Park. Now see, let's start. How to write the email? First I have to start with the name of your friend. Hi Ranju. Last week we had visited National Park of Ranthambore. It was an amazing experience and had a lot of fun. It is situated on the north-west of India in Rajasthan. It is located in the point where Aravalli Hills meet Vindhya Patia. We saw Royal Bengal tiger and many other beautiful animals as well as tall and full-grown trees, birds, etc. I will send photographs of forest and scenery. Really, it was cool and pleasant experience. You also do visit and get experience of jeep safari and trips of the mornings and evenings, and let me know your experience. And you have to write your name, surname, and here should be sign. Okay. How to write email we have learned. The name of your friend. If you want to send same email to the another person, so write here the next one's name, subject, and have to start with your friend name. Write the information in 2 or 3 paragraphs about whatever you have seen. Okay, you may do here some changes. It's not like that whatever teacher has given you are going to write same. No, you may make any changes and write it. Okay, you can write this paragraph in 2 or 3 paragraph. So we have learnt poem, pronouns, adjective and interrogative and relative pronoun, how to write email and message. Okay, thanks for watching. Keep learning.